talked to you before this game to know what you thought of that point guard. And was he as good or as difficult to guard as you anticipated?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot what I saw in film. Knowing just his background too. This is at Florida, how good a player he was there. But like Chucky mentioned, we let him. It was. You asked about Chucky earlier, but it was a team defensive thing early, right from the start. I mean, they start 9 for 10, and that just really gives a team that has a lot of offensive firepower, as you see, so much confidence. And we talked about that of, negating that early and setting the tone, and we didn't do that. Credit to our guys for battling back and fighting their way back to it. But defensively, like I said, I'll go through the tape, but there was a lot of uncharacteristic things that we had not done this year. And we've got to figure them out and learn from it and get better in a hurry.
Abby?
Greg, you guys were out-rebounded 33-23, and it's not the first game you guys have been out-rebounded. The other ones have gone a little bit different, though. How much do you think that contributed to the loss tonight?
Well, the rebounding numbers get skewed, Abby, when they shoot 56%. Then we don't have defensive rebounds to get. Those ones we take out of the net and have to take out of bounds don't count. So there's the problem. There was a few loose balls. There were some scrambles, I know, in the first half and even one in the two in the second half. But it was because they were at the rim, and that's how they get 36 points in the paint. It's not paint touches in terms of, other than some lobs to the bigs. In some of the ball screen situations, it's too much dribble penetration in terms of angles we took. And that, when they're making shots, you can't have a defensive rebound. So that's some of this skewing of those numbers.
Coach, you've obviously played a tough schedule to start the season, but how would you say this Wake Forest team compares to the other teams you've faced this season?
I mean, they're similar. I mean, I thought Appleby was similar to Boogie Ellis. I thought we've just defended better, and that's a credit to Wake Forest. They took advantage of every mistake we made. Whether it was loose balls, I thought they were quicker to them, especially there in the second half when we were trading threes, when we had, we'd get up 6 and then give up a 3, and then get back up 6 and give up a 3. And there, I thought there were some opportunities there where we could have secured a defensive rebound. But Steve's got a good team. I don't think he's done a good job with them, and they got some nice pieces. When you can have a guy like Mansano that shoots it like he does, and Hilder's got some toughness to him. And then you got a guy like Appleby. He can make plays for others, and he makes plays for himself. And they're tough. They're tough to cover in that regard when they get you moving and some of those ball screens and sliding out. And that, and our foul trouble didn't help the first half either. We got too many guys sitting on the bench that are normally bigger minute guys, and then some guys that don't get rest that should be getting rest. And we just got to play smarter from the start, not to put ourselves in that position to be in foul trouble, have guys have to sit, give up early shots like we did, like I mentioned, the 9 of 10. And it's a good learning experience for us because we've talked about this a lot. We've done a pretty good job of it. We've had flashes of inconsistency, but we've always caught ourselves. Tonight we didn't catch ourselves. Abby,
back.
Okay.
I know it wasn't the result you wanted, but Chucky Hepburn did have an insane game with 23 points. I want to say it was 6 for 12 from three-point range. He's coming off of a good game against USC, but before that was in a little bit of a slump. How nice was it to have him kind of in rhythm for the second straight game?
I'm sure Chucky would say he would go 2 for 18 or whatever he did. And if we win, I mean, it still boils down to our team results, and that's how those guys are wired in that locker room. I mean, yeah, he made plays. He's a really good player. There was 2 really good point guards going at each other with him and Appleby. So, but I know from my standpoint, I know our team standpoint that we want to have success as a team and get contributions from wherever we can. But at the end, it's still that how it happened, how we performed that we're not happy with.
Time for more, Evan.
I know it's a small sample size, but I'm curious of your thoughts on how the flop technical has been called so far this season, given that teams are getting a free throw out of it and can impact close games.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few go our way too. I mean, I think the officials are still adjusting to it. I'll go through the film and be able to tell, whether the one we had called against us on Isaac was legit. I mean, I think it was. I saw it at halftime. When we reviewed some of the things from the first half, I thought it was the right call on that. But I've always been a proponent. Let's stop putting in all these emphasis and let's just call the game as the rules are written, and we won't have to keep. The officials got a lot to do. They got more memorandums and more points of emphasis and more. I don't know how they keep it all straight, but I thought that one probably was legit. But that's not the difference in this game. Our defensive inefficiency and inconsistency was the difference.